like I said he should. But either way, we're jumping on into it. A Shadow Wizard Money Gang versus Void for another game of Power Shift. It's not changing, and the points not stopping. Have they learned their lesson? I am not seeing a knife straight away from Void, but who knows?
Yeah, it's a big question mark. You gotta see when it eventually comes over. Ego, that repeater, of course, naturally a powerful distant weapon, but Vitality dropping down as one of the first lights. We are seeing a double medium heavy light, so a very different composition than we usually see. Oh, beautiful! Oh, see for that indeed. The AK out, not for the Iron Sights movie clips that we get to see, but it is going to come with a red dot, and very quickly we are actually going to see Void down to Protogen, left alive, and he hides and scurries for his life.
Yeah, he gets away with it. Unfortunately for his team, they are all on the waiting, but they are looking to cause some problems. Point is now moving, and Shadow Wizard Money Gang are making it happen. However, the dive from Void, finding some damage, traded out. Truce to find one. Let him know is there for another. And we actually see a pretty good fire back here from Void. Massive one. They have actually fully wiped Shadow Wizard Money Gang, and they're going to get that point back over the midway.
Brilliant work. Quick, swift, got to take advantage of having everybody all together. You can quickly coordinate a strategy to push in. But now we start touching the buildings. We're going from open space to enclosed spaces. So are we going to see that change up that we've spoken about before? As Void slowly push further forward. I'm impressed that we got a KS-23 in here. Like, that has been the casual weapon of choice, and yes, Touch does have the dagger out, but he was caught with 3 people looking at him. The M11, though, that can do a good job when you're looking in the right direction. But again, more damage will come through. The KS continues to do damage from left, right, and center. C on the ground will have to get picked up. I let them know. And all while this is happening, the point continues to move forward. There hasn't been a stoppage or a slowdown at all.
It's the first bubble of the match that we have at least noticed. A huge fray on the point. Kills coming left and forward. The bow from Vitality finds one onto Danny. RPG does take down the user. Truce falls. 1-4 fix with the M11, and the point has been cleared. The infuser to bring everybody back up to their maximum potential. Shields to come out and cover. Few revives as Void sent packing to lick their wounds. They will now be revived as a full side. Protogen is just not having any success this match with that knife. Microwave off screen to 1, but he's instantly traded by Bub. And look, it's not looking great. I mean, there's very much back and forth, but for Void, I don't know if maybe they're a little bit in the bin after their couple of games they've had so far and the way that this match has been running. They are getting absolutely steamrolled by Shadow Wizard Money Gang as they are now hunting the remaining members.
C coming in, getting a lot of damage, but thankfully he's got teammates to get it all cleaned up. And a lot of the cases, we are seeing those lights being thrown by Void. Chuck him in, see what it does. Maybe it might get one! Oh, what a range! Oh, let him know! Because that was the
He's letting him know.
I've seen it for a while, and he's coming with damage. He'll get the kill done. The elimination, is there another to get done? He's on fire! Come on, one more for the game. No, his teammate will finish it up. That was spectacular.
Do not give this man a shotgun at the function. He will clear it out. That was insanity. Every single shot landed.
The only time I've seen anything close to that was PHL season two during the qualifiers where it was the goo catch in the air and then he winched him at the same time. That's the only other way I would say that would get better, but I tell you what, any winch that catches somebody and brings them to their certain death is great. While this is going on, change of lead. It is going to be the Shadow Wizards who have the advantage with half the time left to go in this match, but only just, as it's a fraction of a lead.
We've seen the swap of utility as well now for Void, bringing out shotguns on the heavies. Well, both of the heavies. Originally, I think Danny was running the M60, but now we did just see there the rotational drum shotgun. Forgetting the name, I do apologize. But yeah, I mean, it's making a difference. We've got a 3v3, flurry of kills on both sides. No winch cause to grab. The RPG, though, to follow, almost finds a kill, but I think he got stuck on the roof. No, he didn't. Mid-air! Taken down by Void. They've almost got that full wipe, and again, that point just continues to move.
It's going back in favor of Void. Can they tip this over before the 4-minute mark? Yes, they can. 4 minutes left, 4 minutes and 5 left on the clock, and once again, the lead shifts back over. We're seeing a change in weaponry quite drastically. A KS now coming out on truce for the Void squad. So maybe a realization that we need to change things up, change our dynamics. We're not seeing the lights die as much as Protogen also switching off the dagger and now has the ARN, so he's going to be able to do some damage. He's doing damage, but not able to get the kills. But I tell you what, it's better than nothing in these fights. As Leonno is taken to the ground. An advantage really favoring Void.
Oh my gosh, the tracking. This man is crazy with the M11, finding another one there. Microwave. An absolute monster with it in his hands. And yeah, they have just sent them packing. Shadow Wizard Money Gang had a great start. Very, very consistently strong out of the gate. But now Void seem to have found their rhythm. As we said, we've seen the switch off onto the ARN from Protogen. No longer with the knife, so he can actually get involved and active. Microwave with 2 off screen, though, sending them back to a 20-second respawn timer if it is not a revive. I mean, look, big change here for Void. They have completely swapped how they're playing this matchup, and it is paying dividends.
Yeah, a lot of bunkering, a lot of kind of protecting the point, and then when they have a little building, they're jumping across. They are looking for any form of height advantage, but right now, in terms of height advantage, it's going to massively switch over to the Shadow Wizards, and this has got to be an opportunity. Pick off one, go for the pound. Microwave down to the floor again, and this isn't the first time I'll be saying his name, but the aggression is going to come back, a counter-attack. Instead of pushing onto point, let's push out, let's push into your territory. Void, you're able to drop in, but the KS able to do a great amount of damage, but the bow and arrow coming from afar. Point under damage, under threat, able to keep it alive. Who's left on point? There's none left on point. The change and switches will come through as they continue to throw bodies. Void, they can't get it done. Shadow Wizards finally have control with 1:45 on the clock.
What an absolute back and forth, the slugfest between both of these teams. Void left licking their wounds, however, have managed to regain control of the point. As Shadow Wizard, I believe, were chasing kills off screen. They just left the point completely, no bodies whatsoever, waiting for a couple of respawns. We're finding those kills now off screen, the revives as well, but Void are answering back with plenty of their own. There are lots of damage makers coming out and making themselves known, and they aren't even moving the point. We've actually just seen someone from Void hop back on it only now as these trades are happening back and forth. Revives to keep coming out as well from both sides. I mean, it's constantly pretty much a 3v3. A dive, though, onto the point from Shadow Wizard. Money Gang does not prove fruitful. They're trying to get rid of this heavy, but they just can't quite clear it.
I'll tell you what, Dagger's back out again. Another change. Why did Protogen switch it up? That's a question that I wish I could ask, but we are seeing a lot more movement coming through a contested point right now, and there it is, finally control once again for the Shadow Wizards, but they're down to a low health to let them know who eventually falls. Now Fix is left to stand true, but it's down to 1, a full wipe, 20 seconds, and they all will have to wait. Thankfully, Void have the advantage. 15 seconds. There will barely be enough time. It's going to be a dive bomb onto point if they can make it.
I don't even think they're going to do that. It's 4 seconds, Hyper left, 5 for them to play with. They've got to absolutely book it. All the movement in the book, but I don't think they're even going to get close. Round is over officially, and unfortunately, an absolute stomping. Lots and lots of back and forth there, but I just think that it hurt them a little bit too much having the focus on the kills. We saw Shadow Wizard consistently diving off the point there. They had it open so many times. They could have pushed it so much further forward, and they just didn't, which allowed Void to just consistently sit on that site bit after bit after bit during all of these fights, and it allowed them to just consistently push this point forward. And to the point where, obviously, I mean, look at that. Microwave with 21 kills, an individual effort, absolutely off the charts. 10,500 combat score, but actually a higher support score than one of the mediums on his team. I mean, this guy was doing everything. He was shooting everybody. He was healing everybody. He was on and off the